and Dual. Dual was a dual?
I have no idea. I've never actually even seen her.
She looks good.
She looks so good.
I see her in her car all the time.
See her where?
In her car.
What kind of car she got?
It's a black one.
Black?
Yeah.
Oh, then it wasn't her that I saw it.
You saw her on a fine bitch.
Yeah, one that looks like your.
Was it a white car?
It was silver.
Honestly, like you probably didn't see it. I'm told on about the car.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's up? What's up? What's up? Wow, you fuckers are quick.
Huh?
No, they're quick. I just started the live stream.
Where the fuck is Sandy Krabs?
How do I shoot that shot at her though? I feel like there's no way I can without being a fucking total creep.
Yeah.
What's up, homies?
She got thick.
Who?
She just filled out.
GD?
Yeah.
She didn't get thick.
Not thick, like, I think she just got.
What's up? What up, Thunderbolt, Antonio, Nicholas, Don, Mr. Chess. I'm calling you Mr. Chess from now on. Eli, yo, but yeah, you fuckers come up with the most absurd fucking YouTube names. You can't do it. Ho. Your man's is low in the energy department today. Y'all are gonna have to keep me up. I'm not feeling too good right now. $66, because that was a mistake I fucking made, bro. That's what kept me out of the league for so long. If I wasn't doing that shit at 21, I'd have been fucking all pro wide receiver probably.
No.
All right, at least second team all pro then.
You would make it.
Steve, if I didn't drink at 21, you don't think I would have been an NFL wide receiver?
Absolutely
not. What? Steve said only second team.
I said no team.
Saw. Why are you so high on Michelle? She's a fucking beast, bro. Turn that down. Turn that shit down. Yo, I fucking pounded 3 Krispy Kreme donuts this morning in a row. I'm not feeling good. Steve, you can't be playing Usher on my channel like this. Because it hurts my feelings. Gummy bears or gummy worms?
Gummy worms.
I don't know, dude.
Gummy worms.
I would take gummy bears.
Gummy bears is a good accessory to something.
Yo, you know what's low-key? The GOAT putting gum. If you get popcorn at the movie theaters,
yeah.
Throw the gummy bears in the motherfucking thing.
See, it's a good accessory.
Yeah, it is a good accessory. You're right. Gummy worms, sour gummy worms are fucking.
I'm here with just so much fucking.
Greater sign. Damn tequila. I'm saying, bro. I had some tequila last night. A little favorita. You're gonna say no, I didn't.
I don't know. Honestly.
Shut your face. Spicy candy? Nah. I feel like you've been asking me about that multiple weeks in a row.
They're pretty good.
Alvin or Barkley? What kind of league? My immediate reaction is Barkley. Barkley. Full PPR. Stop asking me about spicy candy, betrayed. I'm over spicy candy, bro. Dude, I had a pastrami egg and cheese sandwich today.
That sounds delicious.
It was so fucking good. Y'all ever had a pastrami egg and cheese sandwich?
Dude, I don't feel good.
Standard, I would go with Barkley.
How long do you do this shit for?
I don't know, just depending.
A couple hours?
I've done it for sometimes an hour, sometimes fucking 3 hours.
Jesus, I mean,
it's fine. They don't really ask me that many fantasy football questions anymore. They just talk shit all the time. It's amazing.
Yo, someone get Sheldon Krabs back?
Is Sheldon Krabs in this motherfucker or what?
I'm ready.
Or what? What do you think Gurley finishes this season? I think Gurley finishes
12.
Nah, he's my RB3. I have Le'Veon and Zeke ahead of him.
Gurley tears his ACL this year.
Thank you. Mid-master. That's fucking fake news. Thoughts on Trey Burton? Probably going to flirt with that top 12 line. I'm not too excited. A lot of weapons there already. I don't think Trubisky has much of a huge touchdown upside. I like the offense, but the TD upside isn't that high, so Burton as a tight end probably won't have that much upside. Why so high on Michelle? Bro, because it's the Pats backfield. They constantly rank in the top of the league in rush attempts. They use a first fucking round pick on him. His only weakness is in the fumbling category. Thoughts on Mike White? Bro, our league is out of control. I can't wait till that draft is fucking done. Reach for Adams in the second round over CMC Freeman if my first pick is Bell. I would take Freeman over Adams, but I would take Adams over C-Mac though. Thoughts on Mixon this year? Man, I made like 6 sleeper videos on Mixon already, bro. You know how high I am on him. Rank them. Tate, Cooper, DT, Fitz in a redraft PPR. Fitz, Cooper, Fitz, Cooper, Tate, DT. Yo, by the way, Tuesday's National Cow Appreciation Day. So if you go into Chick-fil-A wearing cow costumes, you get free Chick-fil-A.
Just like a sandwich or a meal?
They gave me and Brandon last year our entire thing for free. It was like $25 for the food. I think it's supposed to be one entree, like one sandwich, but they just gave us everything for free. Holy fuck, you guys are killing me today. I have the 8th pick in a 10-team PPR. I'm having trouble deciding which RB to draft. If Barkley doesn't fall to me, or just go best wide receiver available. Who do you think is going to be available there, Ryan? If Kamara is there, I'm fine with that. I like Kamara. Okay. Mixon or Ajayi half point? Mixon for me, for show. The Rams' superb defense will put Gurley back on the field every 4 plays. Gurley will show everyone else this year. Goff will barely need to pass. Gurley, okay. Okay, Sean Rickman. You're correct. Everyone's wrong. Keenan Allen or Devonta Adams PPR? Keenan Allen. He's going to get a fuck ton of looks with Hunter Henry up. Kenyon or Alex Collins standard. That's a good one. That's a big first bite. I'm so fucking tired. I'm gonna go Alex Collins there. As soon as I dropped that Collins versus Jay Ajayi video, I don't know, something in my gut was like Alex Collins about to blow the fuck up this year. LaFleur, coach RG3 of the year, Matty Ice MVP, and go out resurgence. Mariota slept on. No, I mean that's a pretty common storyline this offseason that Mariota is going to blow up because of LaFleur. I just don't think it's going to be enough high volume passing offense for Mariota and Corey Davis really to blow up. It's not like there's targets available in that offense for Corey Davis to miraculously just have like 130, 40 target season. I think people need to slow their roll on Corey Davis a little bit. Don't let me see you in a cow costume. Why? You going to milk me? While drafting, what round is a good round to pick up a tight end? That's way too general. It depends on how your draft's going, which tight ends fall where. Gronk's a good value in the 3rd round. Kelsey would be good in like the 4th. Ertz is a good value. I'm not really too high on Ertz, but a lot of people are. They think that's like the tier drop-off kind of. I have 2 first-round picks in Dynasty, 4th and 6th. Should I go 2 RBs or split RB and wide receiver? This is a really strong year for RBs and not so much for wide receivers. There's no like prototypical one, so there's probably you're probably going to end up with running backs. I'm assuming it's probably going to go like Barkley, Darius Geis, and then some mix of Michelle, Rojo, whatever. I think Kerryon Johnson would be a really good pick for you at 6, and then probably another running back. But I guess it depends on your need too. Chick-fil-A or Raising Cane's. I've never been to Raising Cane's. Where the fuck is that? Where's Raising Cane's, bro? What's your sound tattoo? This is a heartbeat. It says living. I gave Steve permission to cross it off and write dead once I pass away, which will hopefully be in the next 6 to 12 months. If Carson's actually a starter in Seattle, where should he be drafted? I highly, highly, highly doubt Carson is a starter there at any point this season, outside of an injury, or maybe like second half of the season if something goes wrong with Penny. But there's no way that he's actually going to start the season as the starter, given where Penny was picked up. How quick will Michelle be in Bill Belichick's doghouse with this fumbling issue? They wouldn't have picked him in the first round if they knew that if he was going to fumble, they're going to take him off the field. That's my point of view on this. Who would you target early in a 16 PPR? God damn. I mean, it's 6 teams doesn't really change things for me. I would try to grab a tight end though, probably late 2nd round. I would probably try to grab Gronk if you have like the 10 to 12 pick, something there, because that'll give you an advantage at that position. Everyone in a 6-team league, everyone's gonna have stacked fucking RBs, stacked wide receivers. So you got to differentiate at spots that you could actually find gaps in. And tight end is one of the spots where like the tiers really fall off after the first couple guys. 5th pick, Brown or D Johnson, full point PPR. Full point. Who are the first 4?
It's good thing you didn't tell me to sleep here. My bed is filled with quotes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you could have took my mom for that.
What was it?
Well, who were the first, Kevin? Who were the first 4 guys that fall off? If Brown and D Johnson are both there, I'm picking late in my league, and it looks like. What up, Darian? What up, D? Yo. Are we going? Darren, are we doing a podcast this year, like we did last year on what was it, Tuesday or Thursday nights? I'm picking late first in my league, and it looks like Melvin Gordon or Hopkins, Odell. Should I take an RB or a top wide receiver? That's a good question. I mean, I would go by my rankings. I think. What? Well, first of all, guys, when you're asking questions, make sure you're telling me, like, is it standard, PPR, half PPR? What we got going on here? What's going on? What up, Kel? What up, young Kels? Man, you guys are fucking murdering me with questions today. I can't be doing this on Sundays anymore. I gotta start doing live streams on like Tuesday nights. I am picking late first in my league. I already asked that. What round would you take Kerryon Johnson in? Full PPR? Probably even later than normal. I mean, you probably really won't have to draft him until like the 8th or 9th round, because I don't think many people are expecting him to be a huge redraft factor. PPR would be even less, because I think like between for Kerryon Johnson, it's like Garrett Blount and Theo Riddick. I think out of those 3 backs, Theo Riddick's job as the pass catching back is the safest. So that hurts Kerryon Johnson's value. But I think Kerryon Johnson can take all the early down work from Blount. We'll have to see what happens on the goal line. It'll probably be Blount, but if I think Kerryon Johnson's more likely to take the goal line work than Riddick's PPR work. So I would say he's more valuable in standard than in PPR. I'm picking Dynasty PPR. Could you rate Breida, Eckler, McGuire, Grant, Edmonds? Looking for deep sleep already. I would go McGuire would be my 1 there. Eckler, Edmonds, and Breida are close. I'd probably go Breida just because McKinnon's a little older, and Breida got some good work last year. Grant would probably be my latest. I like Grant a lot as a talent, but he has like the least easy path to touches out of all those people. Ingram or Ronald Jones? Ooh, good question. I'd probably go Rojo. I'm not really a fan of taking Ingram just because I don't know. What's his face? I was listening to a podcast with Adam Leviton the other day, and he made a really good point about drafting players that are on suspension. He's like, if there's ever a time that you want a player that like to be gone for a few games, it's in the early parts of the season, because you're not dealing with bye weeks. You're not dealing with any injuries on your team because the season just started pretty much. So, if that changes your skew at all, if that, that's a point that I guess I hadn't really thought about. So if you're going to the season, like Edelman is going to miss the first 4 games, and you don't have to worry about replacements as much because you're not dealing with bye weeks. You're not dealing with guys, coming off the summer like injured or anything like that. So I guess I'm a little higher after hearing that point, but I'd still probably go Rojo there. Pierre Garçon or Michael Crabtree PPR. Crabtree. I'm all off Pierre Garçon, bro. I will not take him anywhere. Cook or Fournette? Give me Fournette there, Daniel. I think his workload is just guaranteed. And such a good team. Mock drafts is usually between Hunt, Cook, Fournette, and Gordon after Barkley. Yeah, in that order, for me, it would be Fournette, Gordon, Cook, Hunt. Cook's really close to Gordon, though, for me. 11 round, Eifert, Doyle, or Kittle will serve you well. I won't even be touching Tyler Eifert anywhere, bruh. Oh, damn. We got a lot of questions coming in this multiple. One sleeper in deep leagues. Yeah, you would want to fucking know that. Who's Mike White? Shut up. Ho. Gordon or Mike Evans? Wow. Oh, you mean the receiver? I thought you were talking about Melvin Gordon. I have Mike Evans ranked higher, but honestly, in a one-on-one situation, I might take Gordon. You like AJ Green PPR this year? Yeah, sure. You hate fantasy. That's big facts only. Rojo or Royce Freeman in full PPR? Give me Royce Freeman in redraft leagues. Were you still doing the redraft league? Yeah, so I'm going to do another subscribers only league. I'll announce it probably early August. It'll be a smaller buy-in, like probably $10 to $20 just to give everyone a chance. I'll make a separate video showing you guys how to enter if you want to try to get to the subscriber league. What's your top 5 RBs? It is Le'Veon, half-point PPRs. Le'Veon, Zeke, Gurley, David Johnson, Barkley. Who's Mike White? The GOAT quarterback, apparently. Are you scared of Michael Bone on Bone? What? Michelle? Nah. No, that hasn't really been a concern. So I heard a funny rumor that the Patriots actually leaked that like the last team to talk to the doctor with Michelle was the Patriots, and like they had him leak it or something. I don't know how true that is.
So true.
Steve, there is truth to that? Yeah, Steve says it's true. It's big facts only. Tight end is pretty overrated as a position in fantasy. That is true. But when you have a guy like Gronk who can fucking, if he could stay healthy, he gives you such a big advantage. I'm with it. I'm with the Cows. Chris Godwin or Calvin Ridley PPR? Ridley is more likely to produce right away, but I don't know. I mean, I guess like if you're in a deep league and you need someone to kind of fill in a flex spot and produce for you quickly, I would probably go with Ridley because he'll be on the field more. But Godwin's got that crazy upside. Oh man. Word. Darian, let's get on a fucking call next week or something. You, me, and Nick. Let's talk some business. I want to hear what you guys are up to. What spot do you want in the 10-man standard? No. I want top 3. Or top 4. I want any of those 4 backs.
EA Sports.
What is it?
Sports?
Why'd you say EA Sports?
Yay, sports.
Oh, they said EA Sports.
It's,
like,
in,
it's in the game. That's why I said, what is it? You're supposed to say it's in the game. In the game. Y'all don't know what that hand is.
Ah, damn it.
Get fucked. Get murked. What were we talking about that last night? Like, what were we saying?
I used to
because your forearm got weak after you started dating Heather.
That's a good sign.
That was a really good fucking sign. I was pumped up about that. Papa John's or Pizza Hut?
That means you got up, though. That means your pumps got up.
No, you just weakened. You're a fucking bitch. Papa John's or Pizza Hut. Dude, I don't remember the last time. I don't know if I've ever had Papa John's. They don't have them by me, really. I imagine it tastes just as fucking shitty as Pizza Hut does. I'm Domino's above both of them. Full PPR. C-Wing. What are you thinking of the Browns backfield? I'm staying away, man. I think if you want to throw a fucking dart, I guess I'd throw it at Nick Chubb because I think he's just more talented than Hyde. But I'm just gonna not waste my time picking either of them. If I miss out on that boat, then whatever. PPR should not be standard. Half PPR should be the standard. You think Gerald Everett can break out this year? Yeah, I mean, I kind of have a fucking issue with the whole tight end position as a whole. Like, I feel like we as a fantasy community need to stop saying that every single fucking tight end who is athletic, who happens to be that big, because every fucking tight end is the same size, and some of them run a 40, 1/10 of a second quicker than another guy, then automatically they're thrown into the breakout, like high ceiling. If you have like a 4.7 or under 40, you're automatically a possible breakout candidate for the next 4 years that you're in the NFL. Everyone. So from now on, none of y'all are fucking getting answered tight end questions about possible breakout tight ends unless they've proven shit in the fucking NFL already. Except for Ricky Seals-Jones. Because that motherfucker's ready to break out. Sorry, y'all. I think in July and August, I'm going to start putting out more content. So I do my Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos now, right? I do like In the Muck. Tomorrow's In the Muck video is Darius Geis versus Rashad Penny. That's tomorrow. I still haven't filmed that yet. I'm going to have to film that tonight. God damn. This draft guide has been killing me, y'all. It's coming out tomorrow, though. You're going to get an email probably between noon and 3 o'clock. 138 motherfucking pages long. Woo! You guys are going to love that thing. I'm excited to give it to you. In the Muck, we got Geis and Penny tomorrow. My QB breakout candidates on Wednesday. Friday is always a mock draft, but I think like late July, early August, I'm going to try to start putting out more content each week, more episodes. But like my filler episodes won't be as long as the other ones that I put in. They'll kind of be random things. Maybe one of the two, like Tuesday, Thursday, one of them will be just like fan answered questions, like Q&As that you guys ask her now. I'll just answer on there. And then one of them might just be like random topics that I just fucking rant about, like this. Whew! Sorry, I get out of breath. I gotta stop drinking for real. I have PPR late first question. I think you were talking about Gordon, Hopkins, OBJ. Like I might take Gordon there just because any mock draft I've done, even though I think like in a vacuum, Hopkins or Odell will probably like perform relatively better than Gordon. For the most part, in the drafts that I've done where I started out with a wide receiver as opposed to a running back, my team has always worked out to be a lot weaker in the end. So that's why I'm ranking running backs a little bit higher as well this year, just on a relative scale. You liking Josh Gordon this year? Yeah, I mean, he's not someone I'm actively like targeting, but he's someone I'd probably want a couple shares of in my leagues just because he's definitely not falling off. Like if you look at all the data from last year, the last 5 games he had, his yards per reception were about the same during his like breakout year a few years ago. You look at the game speed data from airyards.com and like all NFL Next Gen stats, his game speed is exactly where it was when he was elite. So nothing has fallen off there. He just needs the opportunity here. Not sure he's going to get that huge target volume, but Gordon can absolutely still very much capable of putting up the years that he's shown us he's capable of. So I would like to have hit shares of him across my leagues because he has that league winning upside for you. Jerick McKinnon or Christian McCaffrey in Dynasty? Good question. I will take McCaffrey there in Dynasty simply because the type of player McCaffrey is, he takes so many less hits than a typical running back. Jerick McKinnon's also like 4 years older than McCaffrey, and he'll likely be like a not too much value for you after next year. They'll use him this year heavily, probably next year, and then who knows after that. He'll be 28, and no one's signing him to like a big term contract after that. So McCaffrey, like operating as a slot receiver, those are the guys that can operate in the league for a long time, the pass catching backs and things like that. If he's not going to see, like 250 carries a year, his body's not really going to take that big of a hit. It's not going to take that much of a toll on him, and he'll have longevity in the league. So he might not ever have the upside that some of these other running backs have, but he'll give you RB2 production for years in dynasty leagues. That's my opinion on it. Do you like Cam Newton or Deshaun Watson this year? I actually have Cam Newton ranked ahead of Deshaun Watson in my rankings. I mean, I like both guys. I think they'll both be fine, like top 10 options, probably top 8, 6. Cam Newton, I just think he's like they just added way more weapons. There's no downgrade to what Newton has done, and he was so heavily involved in like the rushing attack of their offense last year. He was getting like 11 carries a game over the last like half of the season. They really just let him kind of like bust out, and adding DJ Moore, getting Greg Olsen back, C-Mac, Torrey Smith. He now has a deep weapon. You know how he utilized Ted Ginn so well there when he had him bike in the day. So I just think the addition of weapons is very good for Cam's passing outlook, and obviously the rushing outlook's always going to be there. Robbie Anderson, a good wide receiver 1. He had flashes of greatness. Is he a good wide receiver 1 in fantasy? Fuck no. You got to think about. I love Robbie Anderson. He was one of my favorite like late round sleepers last year at the wide receiver position. But one, I don't know if he's still dealing with like legal issues. He might get some discipline from the league. But they're getting Quincy Nunwa back, who was a fucking stud a couple years ago. And I was really excited to see him play last year, but he didn't. He got hurt, obviously, but he's going to be back this year. They also brought in Terrell Pryor. We're not sure what the quarterback situation is. I'm probably out of that passing game as a whole. I kind of like taking a Nunwa like all the way at the end, though, to be honest. Half-point PPR, I got 5th pick. I'm pretty dead set on taking Freeman with your 2nd pick. 10-man league, so 16th pick overall. If Keenan Allen and Michael Thomas are still on the board, you take them over Freeman. I would take Michael Thomas over Freeman, I think, there. I know a lot of people love Keenan Allen. I do too. I don't know. I like Michael Thomas more. I think he's ready to fucking explode this year. I'm alert. Oh, fantasy troll. Mike, you got a fucking you got a competitor for your troll game. What are your first 3 picks in 10-man standard? Zeke, Bell, Gurley, Prank Pros, apps. Fantasy troll. Thoughts on Aaron Jones and Dynasty? Good question. So I do think that okay. So to talk about the Aaron Jones suspension, what I think this does shoot Jamal Williams up my rankings for redraft, definitely. Because it gives him that's the thing. Like there's no clear definition between who's going to be like the starter and what their roles are going to be. And now that suspension obviously opens the door for Jamal Williams to prove himself, right? And his problem last year was that he was very inefficient in the run game, but he didn't do that under Aaron Rodgers. So now he has 2 games to be the guy in the backfield and prove himself to be somewhat efficient, at least a little bit more efficient than last year. But he'll have Aaron Rodgers under center, so there's a good chance that he will be efficient. Given the volume that he saw last year without Aaron Jones, that they probably won't go away from that game plan. So we'll probably see Jamal Williams get a really, really heavy workload in those first 2 weeks. If he performs well, if the team is doing well, we'll probably continue to see that for a long time. So I think that shoots Jamal Williams way up the rankings for me and Aaron Jones way back. It's not just like a simple 1-for-1 addition where it's just like, okay, Aaron Jones misses 2 games and you project him for the same amount of stats he would have had for the rest of the season. Similar to my thoughts on the Kamara Ingram situation, where if Kamara dominates for those first 4 games, there's no reason to be like, okay, well, we're just going to start giving Ingram 45, 50% of the touches again, right? If Kamara shows out and like fucking balls, they're not going to change that game plan, right? Why mess with that? And that's the kind of same feelings I have on Jamal Williams. Listen, guys, you don't hate the players, you hate their ADPs. That's how I feel about these kind of situations. I think Aaron Jones is still a much more talented back, but you have to be realistic with it. And Jamal Williams should shoot up your rankings. And, you know, that obviously does, I mean, that it to a lesser extent, it touches on dynasty, but it definitely moves it up because if that enables him to be the back for this year, that means he's a step ahead for next year in the future. You know what I mean? So that's my thoughts on the Jones situation. How are you feeling about Crowell? Crowell doesn't really, he don't get me hard too much. Turn on 3.0 text to speech. The fuck are you talking about, Darian? Oh my God, y'all are killing me. I'm okay taking a late round pick on Crowell, but I wouldn't. He's not someone if I'm going like 0 running back, I'm like relying on him to be my guy. Cam Newton or Watson, Cam Meredith, 4 guys. Dude, I'm going to be taking some shots on Cam Meredith. Super talented, super young, a lot of opportunities still there in that offense. Wouldn't surprise me to see him finish the season with 6 to 7 touchdowns and some decent volume. So I would invest a little bit into Cam Meredith. I'm upset. Pick 2 of these 4. Half-point PPR keeper league. Hiram for you, my man. Pick 2 of these 4. Fitz 5th round. Derrick Henry 11th. Marvin Jones 23rd. God damn. Crowell 17th. So I'm going to definitely keep Marvin Jones for a 23rd round pick. And I'm going, why do you have so many rounds? Marvin Jones definitely in the 23rd. And I'm not really sure Crowell is like even worth keeping when you have a value. Like I don't necessarily like Derrick Henry, especially not in a PPR league, but I think the 11th round, you're at least getting value there. So I'd probably go Jones and Henry. Whose upside is higher, Hearns or Tavon? Definitely Hearns for me. For show. Devonta Adams or AJ Green, non-PPR. Devonta Adams for me, 1K, gang. Guy is dropping tomorrow. Yes, sir. Goons and Rebels. What's good? What's gooch? What martial arts do you study? I don't study no martial arts. The only martial arts I study is the fucking Millie Rock. It's the only motherfucking martial arts I study. What's up, Wade? What's up, God? Do you think David Johnson will have a bounce back here? Yeah, I think he'll be fine as an RB1. I like if people are expecting him to be the David Johnson that he was, I wouldn't because that offense is not going to be good. Would you prefer more subs or more fantasy wins? I don't like either of them. Give me the least amount possible for both. In a 12-team full PPR draft, what's the best place to pick 1 through 12? Anywhere in the first 4 is fine. I want one of those backs, man. Am I the only one naked here? I mean, if you are, you want me to make you feel comfortable? I got you, dog. Save that for later. LeBron has made his decision. Yes, you're like a week late on that, my mans. He's fucked. He's so fucked. The NBA's fucked. The NBA's fucked. Such a shame. Such a damn shame. It was sick when LeBron was leading the Cavs. We had D-Wade leading Miami. We had Melo out in Denver. Life was good, man. What a day to pretend to want to be alive. Did you hear Chris Carson's a god is impressing more than Penny? Yes, I've seen the reports. I ain't surprised. Carson was a legitimate fucking animal last year. If he didn't get hurt, he would have been a fucking beast. It was such a horrible pick by them. I think they were just so sick of fucking having all their running backs get hurt. I don't know how that would be fucking logical, but Kenny Stills or Kelvin Benjamin half PPR. Give me Benjamin. I like his tutty upside. It's not high, but he'll get like every fucking red zone look, I feel like. So, Juju or Golden Tate? Give me Juju, especially in Standard. How do you like living in New Jersey? Kind of fucking blows, to be honest with you. No, I like New Jersey. I'm ready to get out though. I'm ready to move to Manhattan or San Diego soon. I just have too much fucking. I have too much fucking shit on my plate. I think after the season is when I'll probably make my move, but it's hard for me to take time off during these weeks. Dynasty or redraft? What the fuck's the question, ho? Fantasy troll, you're a great troll. You fucking piss me off with every one of your fucking questions. Why suspend Aaron John? That's a fucking good question, bro. They are the no fun league for a reason. No fucking getting lit league. That's what they should be called. Baldwin, Thielen, or Fitz, full PPR, wide receiver 1. Full PPR, I'll take Baldwin there. Give me Baldy. Tight end breakout, just as rare of the uniform. Saint. I'm not drafting a tight end, bro. I respect that shit. Out of respect. Can Cantrell be shut your fucking face? What draft position do you want to draft? Bro, I feel like everyone's asking me the same fucking question over again. Guys, every fucking draft, every setting, every league, I don't care if you're drafting with your fucking mother or you're drafting with me. If you're drafting in a standard league, if you get negative points per reception or if you get 50 points per reception. Actually, if you get negative points per reception, you probably don't want to draft Le'Veon Bell. But outside of negative points for receptions, I want a top 4 pick because I want one of them running backs, boy. How will Jordan Howard do? He's like one of the big questions this year in fantasy, and I feel like I haven't dug into it enough. Storylines are like, I feel like he's going to be a 2-down back. Like, he is so fucking bad at catching the fucking ball. He's so bad at catching the ball that you can't use him on 3rd down. But they are going to be a much higher tempo offense spread. He's a lot better running from the shotgun. This offense should be better. Again, I think people are taking it out of control if they think they're going to blow up like the Rams and start averaging 30 points a game. So I don't know. Howard's someone who's gotten in the end zone. He's had a knack for the end zone on bad teams. So like, it wouldn't surprise anyone if he scored 10 touchdowns again this year in a better offense. So like, I'm okay with Jordan Howard as the RB2 for sure. Send me the link. The link to what, ho? I think Funches has a breakout. I don't understand the people's love for Funches. Like I get it. I get it as from a talent perspective, but I feel like you're not thinking logically, right? If all right, so Devin Funches was like good last year, relatively speaking, in a vacuum, but he had literally nobody to compete with on targets. I was looking at the splits, and Funches with games with Greg Olsen were so down. And now they had DJ Moore, another outside weapon. Obviously, they have C-Mac. They bring in Torrey Smith. They bring in Jarius Wright. They get Curtis Samuel back. Like, I can't imagine there being volume enough for him to surpass what he did last year. So, Calvin Ridley or Mike Williams in half PPR. Give me Ridley there. Ridley. You feeling good about Jamal Williams now? I feel like, I just went on a rant about him. I'm tired, man. I'm already bound this motherfucker for 35 minutes. Burkhead, Barber, Wilkins, McGuire, PPR, ranked him. Oh, God. I'm in trouble, guys. I did something bad. I did something really fucking bad. I don't know what to do about it. It's like you ever do something and you have that pit in your stomach because you know you're about to face the consequences for it, like something kind of serious. That's how I feel right now. That's why I don't have excitement right now. That's why I can't get like real hyped up about this. Burkhead, Barber, Wilkins, McGuire, PPR, rank them. It's Burkhead, McGuire, Wilkins, Barber, self-made. Charles Root, how do you feel about Lynch this year? He's a good value. Yeah, I like Lynch as a late RB. If you end up going wide receiver early, Lynch is a guy that I'm definitely targeting in later rounds. He was really good over the second half of last year. I'm a little nervous that they're just gonna force Doug Martin into a role, even though he's fucking shoddy. To the body. I gotta shave my mustache. It's just getting too thick. I look like a fucking terrorist. 10th pick, half PPR. Say it goes 1, Lev, Gurley, Zeke, Brown, DJ. So you're basically just asking my rankings. I'm considering maybe going. Yeah, Joe Shabbat. I would be fine going Fournette, Gordon if you wanted to there. There's so much value at wide receiver everywhere, all over the board. Are you streaming? I think like on the next round, you can get probably Stephon Diggs as one of your wide receiver ones. You know, I think it'll be fine. Are you streaming the E-Town Get Down draft this year? Yeah, dude, the confession cam was fucking hilarious. That shit had me cracking up when I played it back. I probably won't be streaming it, but I mean, I'm gonna do the vlog like I always do. I'll have the entire draft taped again, and that will be up a few days after our draft. So streaming, maybe not. I will be streaming the live draft weekend in August, at the end of August. I will be streaming that throughout. I mean, we're going to be there from Friday, Saturday, Sunday in the city, so I will be streaming parts of it, of course, and then there'll be a full vlog on that as well, of course, or maybe one back. Where do you see Chris Hogan's ADP at by August? I'll probably see Hogan people will draft Hogan in the 6th round. You'll probably see him go in the 5th round in a couple of drafts, I bet. Which player's ADP do you think will increase the most once preseason is over? I personally think Chris Carson is a steal right now. I like Chris Carson in best ball for sure. It's hard to say, man. It takes one fucking play for that stuff to blow up. If I sat down and I started looking at teams, I could probably give you a few names off the top of my head. It legitimately takes one play for people's ADPs to go up. I think the thing you got to really look at during the preseason is how teams are utilizing players, looking at their snap counts, like their usages with the starting teams on the field. That's something that's pretty telling about how they plan to use them in regular action, you know. Steal the draft is who? Man, it's all in my guide, my friend. I have a lot of information in there. I think if I had to pick 2 steals right now at the wide receiver position based on their current ADP, I love Allen Hurns and I love Chris Hogan. I think at tight end, again, it's Delaney Walker is a great value. I know it's boring. I think Gronk is a fucking amazing value for where people are drafting him still. So there's a lot in there. You can talk about some of your consulting services. Yeah, so it's in the next like week or two, I'll be opening up slots where you guys can schedule times, and I'll do one-on-one consulting like this, or whatever you want to do it through. If you want to do video calls, if you want to do a phone call, if you want to just text or whatever, that's fine. It's going to be charged on a per half-hour basis. We can do it like pre-draft prep. We could do it while you're actually in the draft. I could fucking draft for you if you want. We could do in season, so like waiver wire consulting. We could do sit start consulting. Like this is all personal one-on-one shit. I'll open up time slots where you guys can schedule it. Right, it'll probably be hooked up to my Gmail calendar or something like that. And you guys can go in and schedule times with me as you would want. So it's basically, I mean, it's going to be a lot of information talking about like what leagues you're in personally, and we're going to be going through like the scoring settings to kind of get down pack the personalized like strategy for what you're looking for, you know what I mean, and how I would attack it if I was personally in your league. So I mean, I can't guarantee results, obviously, because that's the nature of fantasy football. It's the nature of sports and gambling and this shit. But very personalized, just depending on exactly what league you're in. So should be cool. If any of you guys are interested, that's a little more information on that. Cup or Watkins redraft? I'm going Watkins there. I'm all in on a Watkins bounce back. I'm gonna make a post type sleeper video, I think, soon. Once I'm done with my Wednesday breakout videos, I think Sammy Watkins is gonna be on that list. In a 12-team full PPR draft, oh my god, I got this question like 50 times. Top four. Diggs or Cooper PPR? Give me Diggs there for show. Chris, you know better than that, man. You know better than that, Herb. You gotta tell me PPR, half PPR, standard. Can you shout me out in October when Josh Allen is your waiver wire pickup of the week? And what happens if he's not? Can someone send me money and pay for my lunch, please? Your man just is hungry. I need more Krispy Kreme donuts. You guys can send me money, and I'll answer your question personally. No, I'm sorry. That was a big piece of shit statement. But you can if you want. If you really want to pay for a broke young ninja's lunch, I would appreciate the fuck out of that. My eyes hurt, bro. I gotta stop staying up till like 3 a.m. on Saturdays. Hey, do you think Diggs will go? Whoa, we just shot down the rankers. This fucking kid has like a race car that lives across the street from me, and he just stares at it all day. He washes it like 3 times a day. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Go to fucking. He just like looks at it to see if like a fucking leaf hit it. Oh my god, where am I? Bro, I'm gonna fucking run through these so quick. So everybody, starting at where Hiram says Josh Allen, I'll say your name, your question, and answer it real quick. We're gonna go like fucking 50 in a row. You ready? Do you think Diggs will go earlier than the 4th round? In sharper leagues, yes. I plan on, if I'm in a late 3rd round, I plan on targeting him there. So I would be fine with Diggs in the 3rd round. So it's very possible. I think in some leagues he will go in the 3rd. Other leagues he'll go in the 4th. So KC is just not going to give Ware any snaps. I think Ware, I mean, I don't think he's anything more than change of pace back. Gronk top 20. Yeah. Late 2nd round, I'm okay with. I ended up taking Diggs in almost all 3rd rounds. Who are Diggs? Yeah. Who around Diggs are you high on? As high on? I mean, that's way earlier than his ADP, so he would be the highest around there. I don't know if you're talking about ADP or like I don't know. You got to give me a more specific question. Best offensive line in the NFL? Might be looking at the Saints. Anthony Miller versus DJ Moore, standard. Dude, give me Miller, man. Give me Miller. He's getting in the motherfucking end zone, dog. He's going to get in the end zone so many times. I'm in a 2-player keeper league. I get Kamara in the 15th. Nice. My question is, do I take Jordan Howard in the 13th or Collins, Ravens, running back in the 14th? Good question. Would have been better if you specified whether it's standard, PPR, half PPR, though, James Jurassau. Initially, I would probably say, I don't know. Yeah, let me know. If it's any sort of PPR, I think I'm going to lean with Collins there. Otherwise, standard, I'd probably go Howard. Best rookie running back standard scoring other than Barkley. Geis, Justin Pratt, Geis. Prank Pros, 2nd round, 8-man standard. I'm really liking Fournette because he is in a committee. Big facts only. If I was planning on trading Marquise Lee in Dynasty, Stephen Bell. If I was planning on trading Marquise Lee in Dynasty, which running backs could I target? I would try to trade him now because as soon as preseason, like the training camp start, man, Keelan Cole is the guy to own there. Keelan Cole is going to start getting hype. You're going to hear a lot of reports out of the Jaguars wide receiver core. Marquise Lee right now is penciled in as number 1. I don't think he's going to stay there for long. So I would try to move him as quickly as I could. Try to throw in like Marquise Lee and a fucking, I don't know, like a 2nd round next year pick for one of these rookie running backs that just came out of the league. Offer every fucking rookie running back owner who just went anywhere from like, go for like Kerryon Johnson, Marquise Lee and a 2nd round pick for Kerryon Johnson. Monty will take over. Why is everyone sleeping on him? Because he couldn't take over. He was literally handed the job last year and couldn't keep it. So in a 12-team full PPR draft, dude, Queens, you've asked me 50 times. What amount of I've answered 50 times, 1 through 4. What amount of keepers do you think is perfect for a dynasty league? For a dynasty league, they're all keepers. Allen or Jones? You got to be more specific. You can't be saying like Jones this there. I'm assuming you're saying Keenan Allen and Julio Jones. I would probably go Julio there. But you also have to be guys when you're asking me questions. You got to ask me PPR, half PPR, standard. Yo, who just sent? Yeah, someone just sent me some motherfucking money. You real as hell. I love you, dog. We done made it, mama. Mama. Nah, my mom ain't really actually in this house. Be fucking cool though, right? Should be pumped up about this. What round are you targeting quarterback? Most likely double digits, Nicholas, in a one quarterback league. Juju or Chris Hogan, PPR, who was better finish at the end of the year. Give me Juju there, goons. Charles Rue, Naeem Hines. I like him this year. Do you? I would probably rather own Marlon Mack or I don't know. Just honestly take your shot on that backfield. It's anyone's guess at this point. I don't necessarily like Hines. Hines just doesn't have the upside. And when it comes to scat backs and pass catching backs like that, they're a nightmare in redraft because you'll never know what weeks to play them. So I typically, even if they have a high ceiling, like you have the guys like Chris Thompson, you have the guys like fucking whatever, like Gio and whoever those pass catchers are in the league, Theo Riddick, they're so hard to predict on a week-to-week basis that like even if they end up doing well at the end of the year, it's hard to play with them on your team. NBA's garbage, big fucking trash. Sport Trump, bro. He's president and last savior. Okay, dude. Fucking psycho. Thoughts on Baldwin this season? Yes. All the Baldwins. So much opportunity in that offense. Clear-cut number one. Guys, he had 14 touchdowns a couple years ago. 14. He has upside. Like, he's not just this boring receiver that can't have upside. Pick him ahead of Mike Evans, please. Paul George overrated. Yes, a little bit in the sense that he'll never be like people looked at him as like a top 5 player. He'll never be he would never carry a team to the championship. You know what I mean? Move to Florida. Fuck no, bruh. Been to Florida too many. I'm going to Florida at the end of this month for a wedding. Florida's like fucking grunt. Florida's like a shitty. Florida's actually like a mix of New Jersey and California, kind of. You get like a little bit of a tropical vibe, but it's fucking nasty and gross out all the time. So it takes like the good parts of California and mixes them with the nasty ass parts of New Jersey, and that's what Florida is. Is Zay Jones worth a roster spot? I would, yeah, he's someone I would keep in a dynasty league. Don't move West Coast, bro. Football at 10 a.m. on Sundays while hung. Yeah, that's true. So I was there in California for like a month and a half from like November through December last year. So I was there for not a lot of the season, but like 5-6 weeks of the season. I actually really preferred it because on the East Coast on Sundays, first of all, like if you go out on Saturday night, right, and you wake up Sunday and like Sunday's like your recovery day and shit, you're usually sleeping early, especially if you have work the next morning. So like those fucking when Sunday night games start at like 8 o'clock or 8:30, it's impossible to stay up, dude. So I kind of like at first when I went out there, I was like, fuck, this sucks. I'm gonna have to watch football at 10 a.m. But I was like, this is pretty epic actually. The only thing that sucked is I remember having to live stream with you guys starting at like fucking 7 a.m. And that was awful. That was the worst thing ever. All right, like Hans, can you get the fuck out of this chat room with your fucking stupid ass, mushy ass fucking emojis? How do I block your ass? Yeah, you done been hidden, bruh. What do you think about doing your draft picks same day as draft? I hate that. I don't like that at all. It's I don't know. I just like what I feel like that's just not fun. It's fun when you know your pick earlier. I don't know. That's just how I look at it. I guess it really doesn't matter, but like I think it's more enjoyable when you know it because it makes you that much more excited for the draft and you're able to prep and stuff. Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. Howard or McKinnon? Oh, definitely McKinnon. If Ertz fell to the 5th, would you take him there? Yeah. See, in the 5th round, I'd be okay with Ertz there. Jesus is inside of you. You love everyone. Thank you, Josh. I needed that shit right now because I told you, man, I'm dealing with some shit, and I don't want to like. I needed that, man. I really did. Real as hell. Nagy throws to Howard at practice every day, son. Okay, dude. Does Cohen enhance Howard's value or decrease it? I mean, I feel like Waka Flocka in that meme when he's like, that's how I felt after that question. Stephen Bell. Like why? I don't know. Like why would Cohen being there increase Howard's value? Send me the link so I could join the fantasy league. What league? It's not even. I said in August. I'm gonna announce it. McCaffrey or Henry Standard Dynasty. I don't like McCaffrey in Standard. I just don't like Henry that much as a player, to be honest with you. Especially I don't know. His style of play, he's probably not gonna be around the league that long. So I think even at this point I'd still go McCaffrey in Standard there. Mixon, Howard, or McKinnon, pick one. You guys got to be specific with your league types, otherwise I can't answer these questions. Thoughts on Anthony Miller, purple egg yolk. This is my thoughts on Anthony Miller. Love that. What do you think of Alex Collins? Bro, I just made legitimately an entire video comparing Alex Collins and Jay Ajayi. So if anyone has not purchased my draft guide, which comes out tomorrow, I'm about to send a link in the chat. Actually, let me get the actual link. I'm going to email it out to you guys. Whoever bought it yesterday, you're going to get an email somewhere from probably 12 noon to 3 p.m. Eastern time with instructions on how to access it. It's all finished. It was beautiful. Wade, again, thank you so much for fucking helping me edit that thing. You the man for that. I just put the link down below if you want to go to the product page right now and purchase that bad boy. It's got all my rankings, so y'all never have to ask me questions ever again. Howard or Baldwin Standard? Ooh, good question there. I would go. I mean, it depends what you did with your team. I think prior to that, to be honest. Also, I'll probably go Howard there. Yo, big nasty. Matt Kelly's driving the DJ Moore bus. Yeah, and a month ago he was driving the fucking Devin Funchess bus. He was all over it. He thinks Devin Funchess is like the next coming of fucking Julio. What you doing? What the fuck you doing, Josh? What you doing, baby? Pick 9. Who you picking? Who were picks 1 through 8? I would like Leonard Fournette there if he fell. But I'd also like fucking Le'Veon Bell there if he fell, though. Sell your soul to the devil. If not, you're good. I didn't sell my soul to the devil. I just probably hurt someone's feelings semi-unintentionally. Unintentionally. Like, I didn't even do it yet. It's just something I know I'm going to have to do, you know? Like, I'm going to have to hurt someone's feelings. And now I feel really shitty about it. Do some mantras, brother. Jane Shaw is about clearing obstacles to see your bigger picture. What's that mean? What are mantras? What's a mantra? What are mantras? Is that like a form of journalism? Or am I being ignorant right now? McCaffrey, McKinnon, Hilton, Kelsey, Jordan Howard. Rank them dynasty. McCaffrey, Kelsey. McCaffrey, Hilton, Kelsey. Jordan Howard, McKinnon. Live draft stream will be fun to watch. Yes, sir. I'm down for that draft. Chris, I got what? Plan on ever come to the UK for the international series? For the international series? What's the international series? What you talking about, bro? What you mean, Stephen Bale? There was some Ricky Seals hype earlier today. I seen that. They said he's gonna get motherfucking. They're ready for him to break out. Drop the price. How about that? Drop your money. Drop your wallet, bro. Yo, Wade, how do you say your last name? Is it Peary or Perry? Like Matt Perry? Or is it Peary? Like I'm peering out on the pier, the Santa Monica Pier, and then with a Y at the end. That's what I'm saying. Troll knows. Popcorn is buttered. You love that. You love that fucking phrase, Wade. Butter your popcorn. Assuming no suspension, do you believe in Martavis Bryant this year? No. Someone I wouldn't mind like fucking drafting late, but where is this going? Donut donation. You're so real, fucking Cody. I love you, dog. Nobody can guarantee results in anything. It's a fact of life. You right. Guarantee I'm a bust quick though. That's pretty much guaranteed. Watkins in the 7th or 6th, wherever you can get him. Read your league. It's like poker, baby. You got to read your league. Who's in the muck Monday for tomorrow? Darius Geis versus Rashad Penny is tomorrow. That's a good one. I got a lot of motherfucking info on that one. This might be my best one yet, actually. I was up at, don't tell nobody this. This is just actually factual story. I had a girl that I'm seeing in my bed this morning. I woke up at like 5 a.m. I don't sleep well when I sleep with other people. Like, I'm not even talking about like sex. I just mean like if I'm sleeping out or at someone's house or if someone's in the bed with me, I can't sleep for shit. So I was up at like 5 a.m. and I was like, you know what? I got to finish my fucking Rashad Penny piece for the In the Muck Monday tomorrow because I did Darius Geis' piece yesterday. So I got up out of bed. I snuck out. I took my laptop. I came out right here. My laptop's still sitting here where I fucking finished it off today. And I wrote the rest of the Rashad Penny piece. It took me about two hours to write Rashad Penny's side only. Actually, probably a little bit more of Geis and then Rashad Penny's. I hate talking about like that kind of stuff because I feel like a really douchey person, like a huge tool. Like I don't say that stuff to brag. I just thought it was funny because it might be like relatable to some of you guys. In a 12-man, 2-flex PPR league, I have the 5th pick in the draft. My league goes tight end early, so we're targeting Gronk in the 2nd round. I mean, it doesn't matter about what your league does when it comes to tight ends, to be honest with you. If they want to waste early picks on tight ends, that just means more value is going to be for Jason Smith. That just means more value is going to be available to you with skill players. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Mario Andretti living next door. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying. I'm about to trash his car one day and see. I feel like he'll come out legit with a motherfucking shotgun, dog. Thoughts on Anthony Miller in full PPR? 1st round pick. Pick 11 I made a trade for Anthony Miller in my Dynasty League. It cost me a pretty penny, but I'm all in on Miller. Barkley and AJ or Fournette and Michael Thomas? Give me Fournette and Michael Thomas there, Joe. Shabot. Fournette in early 2nd if I have late first standard. Yeah, I would love Fournette in a standard league, man. Rank down Ronald Jones, Darius Geis, Rashad Penny, Royce Freeman. Half PPR. Darius Geis, Rashad Penny, Royce Freeman, Ronald Jones in that order. How high are you on Landry? You know what, dude? Landry's someone that I am growing on. Landry is someone that I think was originally going too high, and now I think people are backing up so much to the point that he's going to be a value. One, we're looking at all these trade talks about Corey Coleman, right? Corey Coleman might not even be in Cleveland for that much longer. And if he is, like, this is just where there's smoke, there's fire with these kind of things. You know what I mean? Like, clearly they don't see him as an integral part of this offense. The other part of that is like Antonio Callaway is dealing with a hamstring issue, which is missing a lot of time here, which is never good. You never want to hear a soft tissue injury in the preseason. Those typically lead to lingering issues throughout the year, if not a lot of missed time in the beginning of the season. And if it's for a rookie, this is very, 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 very crucial time. So I'm not saying that knocks either of those two out, but I think Landry is actually going to play a much bigger part of this offense than people realize. So I'm kind of heating on Jarvis Landry a little bit. Keelan Cole's my boy. Big facts. Keelan Cole's a monster. I'm in a 2-player standard. Keep a league. Who do I keep? Zeke, Bell, George, Jay Gordon, Kamara. Damn, you can keep all those dudes? If it's standard, my top 2 would be Zeke and Le'Veon Bell. For show. Hey, welcome to the hour mark. We just hit an hour. Clam chowder. I need like water or Gatorade or something. I'll be right back. Oh. Cody, you're so real for that donut donation. Someone last season, I forget who it was, would send me money for lunch every day. I did these live streams every Sunday. It was amazing. They'd send me like $30 too. I'd be like, my God, hire me. I'm all in on you. Geis, Penny, Rojo, Michelle. Full PPR. I'm going Geis. If it's full PPR, Penny and Michelle are very close. I'm going to go Geis 1. I'm going to lean. So close. I'll stick to my guns and go Michelle, Penny, Rojo. Marvin the Hero. Fuck yeah. Standard Fournette or Freeman. Standard, give me Fournette. Mohamed Sanu or Calvin Ridley just got in here. What up, Corey? What up? Give me Calvin Ridley. I don't know why. Mohamed Sanu is too boring. I'll take the upside with Ridley. And rounds you start knowing who did their homework in a dynasty league. Third round. As soon as the first person picks the quarterback, that's when you know. Oh, you mean who did their homework? Usually the first person who snipes like a pretty good rookie. Bro, I'm going 11th round QB. Yeah, I'm all in on that, brother. At least thank the person that sent you money. I did, you fucking cunt. I'm playing Hines week 1. All right. That's exactly why I not really get that one. Yeah. That's the thing about wide receivers in That's the thing about wide receivers in Dynasty. They always have value. Like you can they have a lot of trade value for a long time. So you can like typically wait until something good happens for a receiver and then sell them at a high point because the lifespan of a receiver in a dynasty league is long because people give them a few years to develop. Like every year there's going to be articles about the same guy possibly breaking out. With a running back, I feel like you usually know that after like 1-2 years tops. But like Devontae Parker will be a breakout candidate for 5 fucking years. Marquise Lee, people will still be hopping on that train. Hey, thank you, Joseph, whoever just purchased the draft guide. You real as hell. I think we're closing in on 200 pre-orders. It's pretty fucking epic. You do a good job. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Stefan. Is the reason you don't see Njoku as one of your breakout candidates at tight ends because of the situation? Yeah, it's 100% the situation. I just don't see enough volume going around there. But the same thing I said for Landry could apply to Njoku as well. If we see no one really step up, like everyone's just assuming one of these two guys between Coleman and Callaway step up as the wide receiver 3, and that just makes everything messy. If that doesn't happen, then yeah, Njoku definitely has a higher ceiling too. Is Darius Guys good enough to overpay a little to get number 2? I think so. I'm all in on Guys. You'll see in tomorrow's video. I really, really fucking like Guys. He would have been better without him because he would have got more carries and catching. Ingram would be regardless if one was there or not. Would you rather overspend on Jimmy Graham or spend any draft capital on Suck Allen? Good question, Killian. Dude, I'll just take Suck Allen because I'll just use my last round pick on him. I can't wait till Jimmy Graham catches like 12 touchdowns and I just get absolutely fucking shit on this year. It's going to be epic. Really curious to hear your thoughts on who the hell is going to be the second running back for the Saints in the first 4 games. They signed Terrence West, so I would assume Terrence West is going to be the change of pace guy there. Right? I think it was Terrence West. I think that's going to be him. Will my boy Boston Scott eat? That's so funny. That was like the first comment I actually remember from you, Wade. Or the first thing, like that's what like stood out to me is you knew who Boston Scott was. And the rest is history. Tell us what you said. Dude, I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest. I'm not saying shit. Peary. The international series. Okay, is the NFL games over there. How many leagues, how many games do they have in London? It's every Sunday, right? I actually might be. I got a friend out in London that I met in LA earlier a few months ago, a month or two ago, and I don't remember. When I was out in LA, I met someone that I became friends with who lives in England. So I might go visit him in the fall. So maybe I might catch one of those games, bro. Stay tuned. Stay motherfucking tuned. By then I'll be vlogging again. So you'll get some tunage, some footage. You'll know if I'm coming. I picked 7th in 12-man draft. I'm targeting Barkley with my first pick. Is 18th overall too early for Gronk if I come back to get Gordon or Diggs in the 3rd? No, I would love that start. I like, I mean, for the most part, I like the idea of getting 2 running backs in the first 3 picks, George. But I'm okay with Barkley, Gronk, Diggs as my start for sure. What's up, Nick? What running back do you think will lead running backs in carries this year? I think it's going to be Zeke, and I don't think it's going to be even particularly close, to be honest with you. I think they're really going to – I think he's going to be, like, pushing that fucking 400 carries. I think it's going to be absurd, the amount of work that Zeke gets this year. But can Vance get those touches on the Saints? Who is Vance on the Saints? Am I missing something? I don't think so. Also, who you got wide receiver-wise on the Redskins? I'm thinking Crowder, but he has something to say about that in the comments the other day. Did I talk about the Redskins wide receivers? So, man, I don't even know. It's definitely between P. Rich and Crowder. People like Crowder. People love Crowder. And they always, I don't know. I feel like with Crowder, all of the analysis is always like, oh, but he was really good, like, for the last 6 weeks of the season, or he was really good for these 4 weeks or some shit like that. But he's never, I don't know. He just doesn't get me hard. I just don't really like Crowder that much. Doesn't get me excited, but he is going pretty late now. So he's not someone I'm particularly targeting. I'm okay with him at the ADP if you're looking for wide receiver depth, especially in like a PPR league. So I don't hate Crowder. I don't hate Paul Richardson either, who you could probably get a few rounds later. So I think P. Rich and Alex Smith might gain an unexpected chemistry between the two. Melvin or Dalvin? Give me Melvin, bro. Geis, Penny this year. Big facts only, baby. What you doing here? Where you're alt? What? You like ASJ on the Jags? I'm getting a lot of questions about motherfucking, or not a lot of questions, but a lot of people talking about Austin Seferian-Jenkins as a possible breakout candidate when I put out my tight end video. So here's my thoughts on that. Here's my thoughts on the ASJ thing. So I get it, like why you would like him and the upside. But look at that offense. They are predicated on the run. They're a defense first, run first team with a lot of weapons that they brought in, right? They have Marquise Lee. They have Dante Moncrief now. They have Keelan Cole, D.D. Westbrook, DJ Chark, all these players. And the other thing is the big thing here is when they're on the goal line, where Austin Seferian would make his money, they brought in Dante Moncrief, who's a very good goal line receiver. They also have one of the elite goal line backs in Leonard Fournette. When they're on the goal line, ASJ might be their 3rd option. You know, they're going to feed Fournette so many times when they're on the goal line, you know? So I'm not a fan of the ASJ thing. Ew, I like that in the muck. Yeah, so why are you saying ew? Ew. First of all, love these videos, man. Thank you, Indie Air. How you doing, brother? How'd you get that check mark? Does that mean you're verified? Wondering who are a couple of your must-have players in PPR. You'll reach around for them. Oh, man. In my draft guide, I go for the first 8 rounds. I got for the first 8 rounds. Hey, who the fuck's sending me money now? You're real as hell. Scott Matthews. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You guys are funny as hell. I appreciate the shit out of that. Thank you, Scott. So I actually have round by round listed out my must draft players. So I go 8 rounds looking at all the ADPs and the players in those rounds, and I look at one guy for each round that I must draft. I'll give you a sneak preview of probably, I think I do 8 rounds. So for instance, who's my 3rd round pick? I think my 3rd round pick might have been, I don't know. Stephon Diggs is one of them. I think Stephon Diggs might have been my 3rd. He's either my 3rd or 4th round pick, depending on where his ADP is. Stephon Diggs is a must draft player this year. Delaney Walker is a must draft for your tight end if you miss out on like Gronk or one of those early guys. And I think I had Emmanuel Sanders as an 8th round must drafto. But I got much, much more detailed in the actual draft guide itself, which you can purchase right now at BigDogsFantasy.com. First issue comes out tomorrow. You will be emailed instructions between noon and 3 p.m. Eastern time. Yeet, 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 yeet. Yeet's the new word, bro. We're going yeet and big facts only here on out. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I feel like I'm fucking hallucinating TBH with you. Where would you draft T.Y. Hilton if Andrew Luck is starting? If we know going into the season Andrew Luck is there, fully healthy, T.Y. Hilton's got to be a top 22 pick. I'm in with T.Y. there. I think he's right around where A.J. Green should be going. So I'm not going to be mad at you if you take him in, the late half of the second round. He was a top 15 pick last year going into the year before we knew about Andrew Luck being hurt. It's not like anything in his game speed data or his speed from NFL Next Gen Stats or airyards.com. It's not like he declined. So I think T.Y. Hilton is still ready to go. He looked good last year. Reports are saying he looks even better this year. So if Luck's in there, T.Y. Hilton's full go, my friends. My friends! That was for you, Scott Thomas. Half PPR, MCC, or McKinnon. Give me McKinnon there for show. Fan of IPAs? No, fuck no. The only time I actually drink beer is when I'm drunk at the bar and I know that I can't drink any more margs. I can't drink any more liquor, and I'm like, I need to hold on to something. Someone just give me a beer. Otherwise, I never drink beer outside of playing beer pong or some shit. I need to keep 3 out of these: Wentz, D. Adams, D. Bryant, Alex Collins, Lamar, Miller, and Marshawn. It's just straight up in a vacuum. Alex Capo, I don't know what kind of league you're in, PPR versus fucking whatever. I don't know what kind of league you're in, but just straight in a vacuum, it would easily be Devonta Adams, Alex Collins, Lamar Miller for me. Alex. Trevor in the San Antonio area needs to get together for some drinks. Oh, man, I was out in Texas back in October for Halloween weekend. That's where I got my sombrero tattoo. Got that bad boy in it wasn't San Antonio. It was in Austin, Texas, though. I was there for Halloween weekend. That shit was litty titty committee. You watch the league? No, I do not watch it consistently. What's up, Scott? I'm sorry. Yeah, ask me your question. I got you, man. 12-team PPR, 1 keeper. My keeper is David Johnson. I have first pick, Barkley or Hunt. I would go Barkley there. I have Barkley in a full PPR. Yeah, I have Barkley ranked ahead of Hunt, and I think it's even better because it is a keeper league, and I think Barkley's outlook for next year could be even higher. He could be the number 1 overall pick in drafts next year. So I would go Barkley there, Scott. Thank you again for your generous donation. Where's we? Hang. My God, you guys asked me a lot of questions today. Rodgers just reported broken ankle during practice. What's the point of even saying that shit? I don't believe you, Brie. Thank you, Prank Pros. Thank you, sir. Seattle addressed O-line issues in free agency, getting DJ Fluker. Did you stretch before that reach, bro? Did you stretch? Wow, Scott, you a generous motherfucker. You got another question? Hit me, Scott. If anyone, I don't mean to be like a piece of shit, but if you throw me money, I will answer your questions immediately. That's up for no debate. More donut donations. I should do that. I should when people when every time someone fucking donates money to me, I should have to put it all towards fucking donuts and eat it on the live stream. Like what I have, $25 already. I should have to buy $25 worth of donuts on that live stream and eat it in front of you guys. I don't know why the fuck I just did that because now I feel like I'm gonna have to do that. Fuck, I'm so stupid sometimes. I'm stoked to start the draft guide tomorrow, dude. Fuck yeah, it's gonna be sick. I'm so excited to get it out to you guys. I worked so fucking hard on it. I hope you guys don't hate it. I don't think you're gonna hate it, but I'm still scared. Tyreek or Mixon? Give me Mixon there for sure. Andrew Larry went to my high school. So that's good insider information. I like that. Hella soft. So I get to keep 2 people in a PPR league. I'm starting to follow your videos because I suck at fantasy football. Hey, that's okay. You came to the right place, my friend. You came to the right place. If you want to, instead of throwing all me your money, if you haven't purchased my draft guide, that's coming out tomorrow, and that will help you. I have a Bible at the end, basically. It ended up coming out to fucking 8,000 words, which is filled with like analysis on positions, like how you should attack each position in your draft. But it gives you theories and stuff too, like strategies that will help you, not just like this year specifically. Okay, I'm not trying to like sell you it right now. You know what I mean? I'm just saying like that might be better. That might be a good thing for you if you're trying to get good at fantasy football. Got you, bro. I got you, Bruce. Yeah, Wade. I gave Wade the link to it. He was the first person that saw it. The first and only person so far. He edited it for me. He's the man for that. Must have Mac in 5th. That's out of control. You can get him in like the 10th. So I get to keep Steve Smith. What's good? You should keep yourself, bro. Dude, Steve, sorry. I don't play in IDP leagues, so I'm probably not the best source to answer this question. I apologize. Starting to come around on luck and TY. I think the luck will be okay, dude. I think Hilton's gonna be good, man. Ian, what's good? Gronk fell to the late 4th of my dynasty startup. Should I hold on to him or look to trade? Half-point super flex. Wait, Ian. First of all, Pomerantz. That's my mother's maiden name. Good shit. Except hers is Rantz instead of CE. Gronk fell to the late 4th in my dynasty startup. Should I hold on to him? Oh, so you're saying you drafted him in the 4th and then you're looking to trade. So it's actually not that much of a steal. Gronk is going I've seen him go as late as I think the 5th round maybe, or 6th round in super flex leagues. Because listen, this is another situation. It's like where there's smoke, there's fire. This Patriot situation, right, with Gronk. I mean, he's already contemplating retirement, right? So that could happen at any time. It could be if they win if they win. Hold on one sec. Oh, I think I threw it out. If they win a Super Bowl, I could totally see Gronk retiring this year. The other thing is, like, if any part of this little dynasty that the Patriots have leaves, like if Brady decides to retire next year, then that shits everything for Gronk. If Bill Belichick it's like it's a lot of these moving parts that I think they need each other to work on. So if anything goes wrong, then I think Gronk's kind of fucked, which is why his value's not that high in dynasty, because he could retire at any time. So I think basically if you're looking to win right now, if you have a team that can compete for the championship, I would say stick with Gronk. No, so wait, I fucking smashed 3 Krispy Kreme donuts in a row this morning, literally consecutively. Go follow me on no, my friend Steve brought him over today. Go follow me on my personal Instagram. Go check out my story. I ate 3 donuts in a row on it. I feel like fucking butt cheeks though. So Ian, I would hold on to Gronk if your team is ready to go for the chip right now, man. Or if you can get great value, but otherwise, tight ends are hard to come by in dynasty. Gronk's just there you go. See, that's a good move because you could ride it out with Gronk for this year. And if I'm not saying like maybe he signs a fucking extension, you know what I mean, and maybe he's there for another 2 to 3 years, and none of this happens. I'm just saying there's definitely concerns there, and that's the reason why he drops in these dynasty leagues. But I think the more time that you'd have Gesicki on your bench to develop, the better. So if Gronk could hold on for another year or two, you Gucci, my friend. That's pretty late to grab Gesicki in a startup. Good stuff. How do I feel about Phillip Rivers? I feel as though he's the hardest QB to rank. So yeah, the thing with Phillip Rivers, we need to have a talk. The fantasy community needs to also have a talk because every analyst and every like expert, they come out with these fucking stats all the time. And Rivers is like the one guy that they always do this with. They're always like, oh, well, Rivers has been a top 10 quarterback over the last 7 years in a row, but he's never a top 10 quarterback on a points per game basis. For the guys that play in every game, and they do this with Demaryius Thomas as well. And that's why his rankings he's always so fucking overvalued. Him and Phillip Rivers. They'll be like, oh, he ranked QB 8. But when you look on it from a points per game basis, he'll be like QB 14. And you don't want a quarterback who's quarterback 14 on a points per game basis as your quarterback because that position is so replaceable at that level. You can find quarterback 14 on a points per game basis on the waiver wire. So that's why, like, that's the same thing with DT. Demaryius Thomas is someone that Demaryius Thomas was wide receiver 25 last year, points per game. He was wide receiver 23 the year before, wide receiver 17 the year before, but you've had to pay like top 12 fucking value for him because at the end of the year, people are like, oh yeah, well, he finished overall this, but it's like, yes, on a week-to-week basis, he's really not helping your lineup considering the draft capital that you've had to commit to him, you know? That's what pisses me off about those guys. So Phillip Rivers, I'm not – if Hunter Henry was there, he would be in the same categories like Matt Stafford, where he's got really, really high floor and a pretty solid upside, but I feel like the touchdown upside is a little bit capped without Hunter Henry there. You got what I'm saying? Lamar Miller or RB1 if you go wide receiver heavy. Yeah, I like exactly, Steven. Like that's the thing. He's not going to win you a league, and you think he's safe, but he's really getting you like 18 fucking points a game. When anyone, you can find any quarterback that gets you 17, 18 points a game. You want the guys that are giving you 21, 22. Someone dropping fucking Chinese shits on me all day, bro. Lamar Miller, yeah, I like Lamar Miller right now for sure because Deonta Foreman, that Achilles, man, who knows? Will you pick Gronk or Kelsey beginning third, or is it too early? Yeah, I would gladly take Gronk there in the early third in a redraft league, not a dynasty league. In a dynasty league, I would take Kelsey in the early third. In a redraft league, I would take Gronk early third. Joseph, Mitch T value steal. I talk about Mitch T. Wait till Wednesday's video, Mike. I'll talk about Mitch T a lot. First rookie running back drafted after Barkley should be Darius Geis. When would you target Josh Gordon? Probably in the fourth round. You might have, if you have to pay third round pricing for him, I'm probably going to back off just because, I don't know, because I'm a little bitch probably, but I'm going to own Gordon in a couple of my leagues probably. I'll probably target him somewhere and then not target him other places. So I think he's more of a player that you either want on your team or you don't. And if you do, you're going to have to reach a little bit. You know what I mean? So I guess that's kind of bad advice because if I'm someone who plays in a lot of leagues, right? So I kind of decide players that I'm like, I'm not going to go heavy on, but I do want to own some shares because he has league winning upside. If you're in like one league, I think it's just something you have to kind of decide on what you want to do. But if you do want him, he's probably not just going to fall to you. He's one of those players who's like on ends of the spectrum, right? Where people are like, I'm staying away, or, oh, I really want. So if you're one of those people that really wants him, you're probably going to have to reach for him. If that makes sense. Demaryius Thomas or Allen Robinson, half PPR. Oh, man. Sean, I think both of them are going are overvalued. Fuck. God. I want neither of those two at their current ADPs. I'll take Amari Cooper. I'll take Juju. I'll take fucking whoever's going at that area. I would take over those two. You're selling your draft guide to me just for your thoughts on Rivers. There's plenty of that, bro. It's 137 fucking pages, Steven. 137 pages of pure bullshit Phillip Rivers. Haha, you took Kelsey in the second in Dynasty. That is false news, Fantasy Troll. I did not take him in the second round of Dynasty. Go check your facts. Good job of being a troll, though. Kelsey was my 4th pick this year in our dynasty draft. Do you see Chris Godwin as a flex starter by midseason? Not in 10-team leagues. Not probably. Maybe maybe in a 12-team league by midseason I could see it. First pick half PPR, yeah, Le'Veon Bell for me. Really close with Zeke though. TJ, what are you doing, bro? You just fucking throwing out. Oh, you're answering people's questions. As a Vikings fan, I'm getting really nervous. Diggs is going to be out of the picture in Minnesota next season. They just paid D Hunter and don't see him. Yeah, that's an interesting theory, but some team is going to pay him a fuckload of money, and he'll be the number one somewhere. I think they'll extend Diggs, bro. I think they will. They'd be stupid not to. He's 24 years old. They're about to get a fucking Antonio Brown type. I mean, you might be reading other articles that I haven't seen or something, but money-wise, I don't really know the money behind it in the cap situation, but I'd assume you don't let a player like Stephon Diggs at that age walk. Shady, C-Mac, or McKinnon, full PPR. Full PPR, give me McKinnon there, Alex. Carlos Hyde or J.J. Steve Smith as J.J., not close. How do you feel about Dak? So my thoughts on Dak are he's a player like Landry, where he's getting so much hate to the point that he's actually becoming a value. Dak's been really good over the first 2 years. I know the second half, the last half of last year was really bad, but I think that was a thing with the offensive line. I think I was missing Zeke. I think there were a lot of things that worked against him. But Dak he scored 6 rushing touchdowns in both seasons. He's a legitimate rusher that will give you that floor. I think he's a good passer. I know the weapons are bad, but I think like Dez kind of forced him to be inefficient. I don't think their offense is going to be more efficient, but I think they're going to come by more scoring opportunities this year. So I think Dak, he's not a guy I'm like loving, but he's proven that he could be a really good fantasy quarterback in a low passing offense because his rushing floor is pretty high. So I think the hate has gone to the point where he's actually a very good value. What do you watch on Sundays, Red Zone or Sunday Ticket? So I watch Red Zone. I watch Red Zone only because I don't have Sunday Ticket. That's on like DirecTV. I don't have DirecTV, but I watch Red Zone. I also have access to the NFL Game Pass, which is like it's their website, NFL.com. It's like a package they do. You pay $100 for the year. You can literally rewatch any game you want from the previous or the entire season up to that point. And they cut out all the commercials, all the dead time in between plays. So you can literally rewatch like. If I didn't watch any football Sunday, and then Monday I was like, okay, I'm going to watch all the games. You could watch a full game in 20 minutes because there's no commercials. They skip and then on the website you can actually filter down by specific players, specific play types. You can be like Stephon Diggs only catches, receptions for week 10 or something like that. So it's really fucking useful tool. $100 for the season. So if you miss anything, I'm down to fucking split that with people. Anyway, probably going to do that. Zeke or DJ? Give me Zeke, bro. Will you lose your draft due to your subs? What? Hang? Fook lost connection. Did you answer who you had as your top wide receiver for Skins? If so, just tell me who you got. No explanation needed. Evan, I didn't. I said I'm not targeting either of them. I am a little bit intrigued by Crowder and Richardson. I think both of them have upside. I think if in a vacuum, if I had to take one, it would be Crowder. Had the 108 in Dynasty half PPR. Through first 4 rounds, my team is AB, Devonta Freeman, Stephon Diggs, and Sonny Michel. What's your thoughts? Oh, that's a startup. I love the Stephon Diggs. Love that. Yeah, I like that team. Squad. Thoughts on Dunkin' Donuts? I haven't had the donut fries, but I fuck with Dunkin' Donuts. I like Dunkin' Donuts a lot. I got 2 of them in my town. My town is small. We don't have any fast food. Besides 2 fucking Dunkin' Donuts. It's out of control. Would you draft AB top 5 in Dynasty Startup? No, not me personally, but I could totally understand if you wanted to. Like, it's not something I'd argue against. In an 18 PPR league, are you okay paying a premium to get Gronk? Yes, I am. I'm okay with that. Because that's the thing again, guys. Like I talked about in my last mock draft video, when you when you're playing in a smaller league, right? Everyone in your league, the smaller the league gets, the more likely everyone in the league is going to have good running backs and good wide receivers because that's what they stack up early on in the draft, right? So a position, and it's hard to differentiate yourself at the quarterback position because most quarterbacks just happen to produce around the same amount of fantasy points when all is said and done. Whereas tight end, the tiers from like the Gronk down to like tight end 10 are so varied that that's where you can get a weekly advantage, like a guaranteed weekly advantage. So that's why I think drafting a tight end early in a smaller league is very favorable. You think Bilal Powell is good value? Nah, don't draft Bilal Powell this year. They're talking about Elijah McGuire being a third down back. Crowell's probably going to take early down work. I think Powell's time is kind of done. Which app is your favorite to play fantasy football on and why? Yahoo for sure. I don't know. Just clean. It's good. I've been using it since I was like 12. So Mike White, a sleeper, big time. Probably my favorite sleeper quarterback for 2027. Oh, man. I'm tired, guys. Your subs versus your league. Who winning? What do you mean? I don't even understand the question. Like if I took 5 of my subscribers and then versed them versus 5 people in my league, like my E-Town league, I don't understand what you're saying. With the addition of Moore, do you think Cam has another huge MVP type? No, definitely not. I don't think Cam will ever get back to that MVP type. Those numbers, those are fucking crazy. I do think the weapons are definitely going to help him, and he's like a top 3 quarterback for me. More not worried about people stacking those boxing and Zeke. Nah. Give me Zeke all day. Give me all the Zekes. Mama. Nick, I absolutely love Corey Davis in the 7th. Your thoughts? Okay, so I have 2 thoughts, 2 sides. I have like the devil and the angel saying shit about Corey Davis in my ear. My initial thought is this. I just don't think this Titans offense is high volume passing offense. That's not Mariota's game. He's not going to throw it 37 times a game. So it's hard to feed. It's hard to get like really good production out of any one wide receiver, given the fact that they have Corey Davis. Rashard Matthews is not going anywhere as a really good second option outside. Delaney Walker is still getting 20% of the targets. And they bring in Dion Lewis. So Corey Davis is like, I like the upside in terms of the talent and the draft capital. He'll always have, he's one guy that like will have value in Dynasty for 5 fucking years just because he was a top 10 pick. Thing is, like, targets don't just magically appear out of thin air, guys. That's the thing. Like, I don't expect Delaney Walker's targets to go anywhere. I don't expect Dion Lewis is going to start taking targets. The Titans running backs like did not catch a lot of balls last year, so he's gonna take a lot more targets than running backs did last year. And then Rashard Matthews, it's not like he was a hugely targeted wide receiver, so it's not. I don't think they're going to take any targets off his plate. So there's not going to be like 100 new targets just appear out of fucking thin air for a Corey Davis. And I like Taywan Taylor as well. So the other thing is Corey Davis made a lot of amazing plays. He did a lot on the small amount of opportunities he had. He was also, I think, the number 1 ranked wide receiver in terms of passes thrown his way that were not catchable. So a lot of the targets that were thrown his way last year were not catchable. Not his fault. That's not a fault on him. So those are the 2 sides. I'm just trying to lay out the facts for you. I'm siding on the cautious side of the breakout not happening this year. Not saying he's not a good player, not saying it won't happen, but 2018, I don't see that being the case. Maybe 2019. Since I live in Washington, I can't play best ball. Ooh, L. How do you get around that? I think you just fucking take a L. Go to your local courthouse and fucking burn that motherfucker down till they fucking let you play draft. Shaking my head. Just keep watching my mock drafts. When I draft, I have the 6th pick with 2 keepers. Do I pick Julio, Zeke, or Mike? Oh, dude, if you can get Zeke at 6, absolutely take Zeke. Definitely not Mike Evans. In that order, it'd be Zeke, Julio, Mike Evans. How early would you take Lamar Miller in PPR? Foreman ain't ready yet. 5th round, probably. Or if they put him on the pup, then yeah, probably like early 5th. I have the number 1 pick, 0.5 PPR. I can envision having to reach for RB like Mixon or Michelle. Yeah, if you're gonna want Mixon, you're gonna have to reach for him at the 2021 turn, or depending on I don't know how big your league is, whatever the 2-3 turn is. And if you want you might miss out on Michelle, but don't reach for Michelle until like the second, third round. Don't do that. Eli sleeper, yes, he's a value pick. He's one of my sleepers in my draft guide. Eli QB. What do you think of Watson this year? He will disappoint if you draft him within the top 3 quarterbacks. I think he's going to be fine, like as terms of a quarterback like 10 in fantasy. But if you're going to pick him at quarterback 2 in like the top 60 picks, he's going to disappoint. He got very lucky last year, guys. If you look on Player Profiler, like if you look at Deshaun Watson's throws, he had a ton of what they call dangerous throws, that interceptable passes. He had a fuckload of interceptable passes that were not, they were just dropped by the defender. So his numbers should have been a lot worse than they were last year. His efficiency was out of control, will not be repeatable. Matt Ryan bounce back? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. One of my favorite late round sleepers or late round values at quarterback. Ertz and Godert going to be Gronk and Hernandez. I like the comparison, but neither of those Philly tight ends are anywhere near athletic as Gronk and Hernandez. Ertz doesn't move with the ball like Gronk does. Godert I like a lot, but it's hard to see him seeing the target. Like Gronk and Hernandez got a fuckload of targets in that offense. Even Hernandez is a tight end too. He like clips 1,000 yards. That's fucking crazy as your second tight end in your offense to do that. I like where your head's at, Daniel, or it was D-Whip. I like where your head's at. Both talented dudes, but not. I don't see them having the upside like that. What up with the draft kit? Is it coming out? Yes, the draft kit is tomorrow. I will shoot anyone out who bought a purchase tomorrow with instructions, probably between noon and 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's all done. It's all finished, edited up. Probably have like 1 or 2 more things just to tweak today. We'll be all ready to go tomorrow, though, guys. So Nick Foles worth a pick if Wentz can't go at the start of the season. I don't know. Ask me in like August when that's actually a thing. Would you rather start a team with Kamara and Julio or Zeke and Michael Thomas? Zeke and Michael Thomas. A shout. River, Ryan, or Jimmy G? Who you take? In a vacuum, give me Matt Ryan. Okay? Now I understand your question. Do you find it harder to draft against your subscribers than non-subscribers? Yeah, definitely against my subscribers because not that they all just use my opinions, but I would assume that if you're my subscriber and you listen to a lot of my content, like at least a big piece of the way you interpret and analyze players is based on the way I feel about the player. So that way, if I like a guy, then there's like a 50-50 chance that you also like the guy and you know when I want to pick him and shit like that. So when I draft with subscribers, I get fucking sniped all day. So it's a lot easier to draft against my friends who probably don't watch my shit. I have a 5th pick. Should I go Barkley or AB? Yeah, you know what, dude? I've been wrestling with that too. Like everything in my brain tells me to go Antonio Brown, but at the end of the day, when I go with a wide receiver early in my first pick, I don't like how my team turns out. I really don't. Really don't. Who's the best person to try and pick up off the Baltimore Ravens this year? Alex Collins, Michael Crabtree, and then I probably wouldn't touch anyone else. What do you think Bell future outlooks like for Dynasty? Thinking of drafting him 3rd overall in startup. So Lopez, I actually just did that. I took Le'Veon in one of my Dynasty startups. I think I had the 4th overall pick. I took Le'Veon. I don't know. I said fuck it. I'm cool with Le'Veon. I think they get something done. I think something happens. So Mixon a huge breakout candidate for you this year. I literally made a motherfucking video about it, my friend Cole. My RB breakout video had Mixon in it. Do you like Lamar Jackson to actually play? Yeah, I'm sure he'll get on the field, mate. I don't know. Apparently there's some fire in Joe Flacco's coochie. But, man, the Ravens are going to be fun to watch if Lamar Jackson gets on the field. I think Alex Collins will rip shit up if Lamar Jackson gets on that field. I hope I can get Alex Collins in like a fucking – I hope I have how would I want this? I almost don't hate the back half of the picks either. Whatever. I'm so tired. Can you plug your draft kit price and where to get it for new subs? Yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me just run through these. I'm going to run through like the 7 questions that are right here, and then I'll talk about the draft guide for anyone because I don't want to keep saying that for people that already know that shit. Since the first 4 picks seem to be RB heavy, do you find wide receivers with more value in the late first? Yeah, so that's been a trend, and I actually talk about this in my draft guide in the Bible. I talk about how I talk about how I want running backs, but at the same time, guys, last year was a historically bad year for wide receivers. I think per someone at Roto World, it was like the lowest amount of points the top 12 cumulative like fantasy wide receivers scored since like 1993 or some shit. Horrible year for wide receivers. So this is going to be another case of recency bias. Like same thing we saw at running backs in 2015, where no one wants to touch wide receivers now, right? Thing is, like Odell's a stud, D-Hop is a stud. If those guys are falling, Julio's a stud. If those guys are falling to you, picks 10, 11, 12, and then back half of that, like by all means, go for it. Like I know I want a workhorse running back, but there's tons of value at wide receiver there in the back half. I'm just saying, personally, when I get a wide receiver in the first round, I don't always love how my team turns out. It's a bad idea to grab Odell and Saquon if both fall to me at the turnaround. So, no, I don't think it's a bad idea at all. I hate the idea that people say, like, oh, you limit your ceiling on when you draft 2 guys on the same team. Guys, here's the thing. Here's the thing about drafting guys on the same team. At the end of the day, whether you own Saquon Barkley or you own Odell Beckham or he owns Saquon Barkley or he owns Odell Beckham or you own one of them and he owns the other, they're going to end up with the same amount of fantasy points at the end of the 2018 fantasy football season, regardless if he was on fucking Rick's team or if he was on John's fucking team. Who he ends up is not, it doesn't matter. So whoever you think is going to have the most fantasy football points at the end of the year is who you should pick. You know what I'm saying? I understand like why you would think that the upside is not there, but their fantasy outlooks like is not going to change based on whether or not you draft them on your team. You know what I mean? So if you think Antonio Brown's going to be the number 1 wide receiver and Le'Veon Bell's going to be the number 1 running back, doesn't mean you shouldn't pick them on the same team because your ceiling is capped. They're still going to be the number 1 players in their respective positions. That's my thing on that. So no, I would be fine with Odell and Saquon at the turn. I actually would love that, to be honest. Barkley or Kamara, half PPR. Really close. I think in my rankings, I have Barkley there. I think he's my RB5. Lamar Miller or Michelle, round 6 PPR. Oh, full PPR. You're going to have to, as of right now, I'm going to go with Michelle, but there's a good chance that like when we hear more about Deonta Foreman and his injury, if he's going to open on the pup, then fuck, man, I just got that bad gut feeling in my fucking thing again. Then Lamar Miller's going to shoot up, and he would probably be my favorite guy. Okay. Pierre Garcon or Michael Crabtree? Give me Michael Crabtree. I have McKinnon, Evans, Julio, and Gordon. Do I keep McKinnon over any guy of those? I would take McKinnon over Evans. Ouch, Scott. Ouch. It's not a bad draft by you, man. You can't blame yourself for that. I mean, Greg Olsen in the 3rd round was definitely early. Definitely early, but I mean, what are you going to do when it's David Johnson, Dalvin Cook? Since you're down on Garcon, does that mean you're high on Goodwin? No, that's great question. I'm glad you asked because when you do the math, that would make sense. Except I'm not high on Garoppolo like everyone is. I think everyone's automatically like, "Yep, that's it, top 10 quarterback," which means his weapons are going to eat. I like Garoppolo as a top like 14 fantasy quarterback, not as like a top 8 quarterback where he's being drafted. So I don't like Garcon. I like Goodwin, but not as a consistent receiver. I love McKinnon. I think he's going to catch a fuckload of balls. I think Kittle is a really good bet to catch a lot of balls. So I think Garoppolo is going to be fine, like good. I don't think he's going to be able to put like an elite wide receiver 1 on the map because there's going to be a lot of running backs eating. I think there's going to be a lot of tight end eat in that offense. So the reason, that math doesn't work 1 for 1 is because I'm not as high on Garoppolo as most people are. But I like Goodwin. I don't know. He's a player that I typically stay away from because you kind of have to, you're like hoping that you start him on the good weeks. Okay, so plugging my draft guide. Guys, I finished a draft guide. My draft guide is coming out tomorrow. For anyone that's purchased it, you will get an email somewhere from noon to 3 p.m. Eastern time giving you instructions how to access it. It is 137 fucking pages long. You can get it for it's $29.99. Anyone who had got it prior to July 1st, it was $19.99, but the price went up. That was the pre-order price. $29.99. You can get it on my website, bigdogsfantasy.com, and then you just got to go to the little shop. You'll see a shop in the top menu, and you'll find it in there. I'll write the website right here so you can link it in the chat. It's got my top 250 overall rankings, my each positional ranking by tier. It's available on your phone, tablet, computer. I have top sleepers, top busts, must draft players, a few different exclusive articles, just talking about in general, like the current state of the fantasy football industry as a whole, like business wise. There's my top 5 podcasts, my top resources and websites for you to use to get better at fantasy football. So a lot of really cool shit that's like unique and you're not going to find in different draft guides that you buy from like 7-Eleven or anything. So if you want it, bigdogsfantasy.com. It's linked down there in the chat box. It's all always in the descriptions of my videos too, so check that out. And first issue releases tomorrow, updated weekly every Wednesday throughout the summer with new rankings, new updates and shit. So thank you if you have purchased, and thank you if you're going to, or thank you if you're just in here. I appreciate that. Is Golden Tate the wide receiver equivalent of Phillip Rivers? I would say to a lesser extent. I like Golden Tate more at the wide receiver position. The upside's not really there, but I actually like him as like a nice wide receiver 3. When should you get Sam Darnold? 0. 0 is when you should never, ever get Sam Darnold. RB first round versus wide receiver late. What? Jack Doyle worth it this year with luck back. Yeah, dude, I kind of like Jack Doyle as a late round guy. I like him as like a sleeper tight end. He's been really good. He was really good last year. Howard for Juju, good trade. Who's getting who? D-Way, I need more information. Dynasty, redraft, half PPR, full PPR, standard, what? You smashed and got up. Grown folks do that shit, homie. I didn't get up, though. I just went to the other fucking room. It wasn't like I left and fucking crawled out of bed and just like bounced. I was literally writing a fucking fantasy football article in the next room. It's probably like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Which pick you like better for the 10-team league? I like the second because I'd like either Bell or Zeke Elliott. Shut up, fantasy troll. Shut your fucking face. I'm done answering your questions. I'm so tired, bro. I'm so tired. That's what happens when you eat all these fucking donuts. I'm hurt, dog. I gotta film the fucking In the Muck video for tomorrow. God damn it. I don't know why I commit fucking anything to you guys. What do you mean not happy? I literally just hit the fucking end button. I'll end you. I will finish you. Nick, do you agree with me that Brees will be throwing more this year because the Saints' schedule being the 6th toughest? I agree that he will. I agree that he will throw more this year for whatever fucking reasons. He's going to throw more this year. Michael Thomas or Julio Jones? Man, that's a close motherfucker. Give me Michael Thomas. I don't know why. Julio just burned me last year. I can understand if you want Julio, though. I just don't have it. I have a Julio jersey. That's enough. That's enough support I need to have with Julio. I don't need him on my fucking fantasy team. Thoughts on Crowder? Oh, dude, I feel like I've answered this 20 times. I'm so tired. No, it's never Eric Ebron's year. I've never been on that train, and I will never board it. If I'm this deep into the non-Eric Ebron train, there's no chance of me getting a ticket for it. Tate or Crabtree full PPR? Give me Tate, man. When should I get Brady? Is there any other QB that I should take first? Nate Clark. If you're in a one quarterback league, don't take Brady because someone will take him earlier. Wait till like the 11th round and take fucking Matt Ryan or Matt Stafford. Trust me. Trust me. I know everything. We're almost on 2 hours. Guys, I gotta fucking go. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired. I'm so damn tired. I feel like I got fat. Nah, I still look kind of good. Put on a little weight. Stomach's a little bloated. If you had to pick one, I'll answer 4 more questions. I'll answer 4 more questions unless someone pays me $13. Then I'll stay on for 13 more questions. Actually, for every $1 I get, I'll answer that many more fucking questions. How's that sound? What was your question, TJ? I don't even see it on the screen. If you had to pick one Browns RB, who are you taking and why? I don't want any of them. I won't take any of them, but I would take it on Chubb because I think if someone's going to win you the league, like second half of the year, it could totally be Chubb. I'm all in with Chubby. I'm not all in with Chubby. I missed that. I disagree, but I just think the floor. They all have like pretty bad floors, in my opinion. If any of them have the highest ceiling, it's Chubb, and that's why. Sterling Shepard have any chance of breakout? Nah. I mean, now that Odell's back, they have Ingram who broke out, and then Saquon Barkley. I think Shepard's kind of like the number 4 in the totem pole. 10 team, half PPR, have the 10 spot, thinking that I will draft Melvin Gordon and Julio, or should I do Gordon and Fournette? I like either. Personally, I would go. I would probably go Gordon and Fournette, knowing that hopefully get Stephon Diggs at that 30 spot on the way back. Because if you miss out, like if you take Julio and Fournette, actually, I guess because if you miss out, I would like either Doug Baldwin or Diggs if either of them fall there. So I guess you have a better chance of getting a wide receiver. I don't really like the value of running backs when you hit the Miguel, my man. Appreciate it. I don't really like the value of running backs at that area. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of good value there. So I like the value at wide receivers there. So I would rather take the running backs early, knowing that I'm going to get like at least something good at wide receiver. That makes sense. I have Tate. Oh my God, that's so many fucking names. I have Tate, Sanders, Hogan, Mike Williams, and McGinn for Dynasty. Should I get Juju for wide receiver 1 or Josh Gordon wide receiver 1 half PPR? It's just like in a vacuum. You just pick one of them. I'll take Gordon there. To TBH. Fuck it. I think he's gonna ball out. Balling. I mean, if you think you're gonna get Mixon there, then by all means you could go for it. But I feel like in most drafts he probably won't fall that late. All right, bro. I'm peacing out, fellas. Good 2 hours, good talks, good nipple flashes. That's what's up. I'll see you. Oh God, I'm so not looking forward to fucking filming this video tonight. That's all I have. I'm just gonna keep saying because I don't know what else to say. Yes, this one will be up on YouTube. I'll leave the replay up so you guys can watch it. I don't think I cursed. I definitely cursed, but I don't think I said anything like too offensive. Definitely nothing racist. Nothing about people that I know. I think last time I took it down because I was saying something about a girl I knew. But I'm out. Everyone enjoy your Sundays and